what a weekend. Been so busy, just going all over the place and experiencing so many new things in the space of such a short period of time. Weekend is very short in Korea because there's just so much to do. On Saturday I met up with a girl called Sarah, who is my friend Helena's best friend, and she took me on this most amazing adventure in Songchon, and we went and had the most amazing bakery. Up until now, I've only really had a brand called Paris Baguette, which is basically the Korean version of French pastries. Definitely interesting interpretations of them. Some of them are amazing, like the red bean buns are my favourite, but she introduced me to this new red bean bun, which is red bean bun but with cream, but it's Korean cream, which to me is actually better. It's not as sweet, it's just so tasty, especially with the red bean. It's just, oh. And then I also tried a pain au chocolat, which is definitely different from the ones in France, but it's still really tasty. I also tried a yogurt bun, which you would think would be sweet, but actually it's more sour. But it was still really tasty, and like, because everything else that I was trying was so sweet, it was a nice kind of balancer, but it was really tasty. She also took me all over the place because she had a car, so we were constantly driving to different areas, and it was just insane, which was hilarious because I ended up getting myself so confused and so lost because we were just driving around so much. She showed me her church, and it's not like your kind of conventional, church. It's just this huge skyscraper building in the most amazing kind of shape, and it's got so many different floors, and there's like cafes in there, and different places to go and worship and all this kind of stuff, and it's just the most insane thing I've ever seen. I've got a picture of me standing in it, and it looks more like a kind of concert hall than a church. So I'll show you a picture here. So that was a really strange experience for me because the only types of churches I've seen have been the ones in the UK, and they're very different. She also showed me her studio. She's a musician, and near her studio was a Buddhist temple, which is called Gilsangsa, something like that, spelled Gilsangsa, Gilsanga. And it's really strange because it's still in Seoul, but it's an area where there's a lot of kind of modern buildings, and there's not very many buses, so it's mostly people who have cars or who have that like lots of money. So you've got all these kind of like old-fashioned houses mixed in with kind of modern, very kind of big built houses, and then this random temple in the middle and lots of hills, and it looks like something out of a Korean drama because a lot of the Korean dramas feature these kind of houses. Like it looks similar to like the kind of setting for Personal Taste and Stars Falling from the Sky and so many others. It's insane but so cool, and it was just the most beautiful place and really peaceful. I'll show loads of pictures here. All the pictures. What else did I see? We went to Dongman. I can't say names. Dongmannon. We'll go with that. And basically, it's an area where there's loads of kind of department stores, and they're just huge. Like, I'll show a picture of the one I was in. it's just so big. So you've got all of that, but they're basically it's a kind of it's kind of like the House of Fraser of Korea. So when you go in, there's like loads of different little stalls of different kind of like brand names, and then you like there's about 7-8 floors, and there's like different things on each floor. So you have maybe 2 or 3 for women's clothing, 1 for men's, a couple for accessories, some for houseware and all this kind of stuff. And it is expensive, but it's really good stuff, and it's just amazing to walk around. Like, thank God I'm not the right size for Korean clothes, because I'd have bought so much stuff. And then next to it is one that's almost like a kind of Korean market, where it's 8 floors, 4 for women's clothing, 2 for men's, 2 for accessories, and it's just mad. Like, again, like all these little kind of off bits, but within like one row there'll be like 5 or 6 offcuts, so you could constantly just walk around and find different stalls if you just went in a little kind of circle random route. It's just insane. So I killed like 2 hours in there easily, and bought a few things, which I'll show in my hauler video, which I've got in the works at the minute, because I've bought quite a few things and I'd like to show you. What else did I do? We also went to this area where there's like a lot of craft work. So we're going there for food, but we kind of decided to have a wee look around. And it's the most amazing building, because you go in, you don't really expect much, and it's like a little kind of set of stalls, and then you spiral around in a kind of square as you go up and up, and there's loads of craft stalls. It's just really, really nice stuff, and I really want to go back there because some amazing things that I'd love to look at. And it's all kind of like jewellery, like sort of traditional Korean kind of bags made out of like patchwork. It's like a traditional thing that they do, and loads and loads and loads of adorable accessories. Like, I need to go back. It was a place called Insadong, and it's got a famous restaurant there which famously served it's called dung bread, which basically translates as poo bread. And what it is the bread shaped into a poo, and it's got red bean paste in it. It's a kind of joke thing that they do. It's really weird. I actually saw the place, but we didn't actually stop to try the bread, but I'll maybe go back there with him or something, because I definitely want to go back there. But we went and had a traditional Korean food, like ones that like mums would make for, you know, households kind of thing. And it was in this kind of little back alleyway, and those alleyways are really interesting in this area because they're so close. There's loads of really old-fashioned kind of sliding panel doors and really traditional-looking houses, and random modern ones in between. And so we went into this one. It's really small. I'll show pictures here. And you've got this tiny little flight of stairs after you've taken your shoes off. You've got to go really, really low. Like, I couldn't stand up straight. I had to duck. And I'm not that tall, I'm only about 5'7". I had to duck down so I could actually fit in. And then you have to sit on the floor and you get all these amazing things, and it's so cheap. I spent 10,000 won, which is about £5, and you'll see the pictures. There's so much food on the table, and we didn't even finish it all. Like, it was so much food, we could have easily had an extra person, they'd have had enough to eat. So I'd definitely go back there. It was just amazing. And then that was only Saturday.